Hello and welcome back to Dread Delusion. I'm here outside my house right now. And, which is right there. And we're going to Morozov's tower, the cranial engineer. I gotta find a way to translate this nonsense that I've been getting from these corrupted creatures in the corrupted lands. I think we found our missing person, but we have to verify it. Let's grab some plants. There we go. Grab some silk. Alright, let's head up. Now, last time I came here, they wouldn't let me in. Morozov's parcel. A bulky parcel stained with blood and addressed to Morozov. I didn't see this here before. Let's see if we can deliver it. Alright, are they at the top here? I vaguely remember coming to a door and them not letting me in. Okay, we're not... I guess I'm not quite at the tower. I'll take that. Hi there. I got your parcel. Can I come in? The machine emits a buzz, then a distorted human voice. Go away, nobody's home. I'm looking for Morozov. Is this the right tower? Never heard of them. Cleanup worker Cohen sent me, said he could help me. A pause. You said Cohen? Cohen sent you? There follows a string of barely intelligible curses that would whiten a sky sailor's hair. Whoa. Sounds like there's no love lost between you. Listen, sweetheart, I'll hear ya out for old time's sake, but this ain't no charitable order. You want me to scratch your ass, you better scratch mine. Alright, we'll do it. I'm waiting on a delivery, 2 weeks late now. Odds are the courier met their maker trying to get through that old ruined factory on the way here. Bring me that parcel, then we'll talk. Well, what do you know? I have a parcel right here. A long pause, then a loud clunk. Bzz. Door's unlocked. Wipe your boots. Alright, I'll just wipe my boots on the grated floor, metal floor. I'll head up, and then it's ass scratching time. Right after I look around, of course. You don't mind if I check behind this door, do you? Terrifying bottled vision. Oh yeah, I got a couple of these visions. I gotta use these. Should be fun. Oh, they sound fun anyway. Can I go upstairs? Books. Oh, that is a gigantic bed. Holy cow. The Romance of the Scarab, Part 4. What does that say? Borrowed... Oh, okay, it's a record of who borrowed it. I don't want to read this. This is filthy. Through her window climbs a limber shape, half flesh and blood, half chitin, hard as bone, his pinions snapping back into their sheaths, the keen blade of his body honed by war, casting his molten gaze upon her form. Who else but brave Gehenna's mortal foe? Oh no, now they're kissing. Cool story. Alright, it's not that filthy. Alright, I guess we're done here. Hi. Are you the cranial engineer? The stout, aging machinist looks surprised to see you. What? How'd you get inside? Get out of here right now or my security will fry you to a crisp. You'll let me in? What? Why the hell would I do that? I'll have you know I'm in the middle of some very important work. You notice this cheaply bound romance open spine up beside her, plus stacks of dirty plates and half-empty teacups. Here's your parcel. The courier didn't make it. Also, he died. She snatches the parcel with alarming speed and tears it open, revealing a clutch of bottled visions. Sexy visions. Ho ho ho. Well, if it ain't the latest Metcalf, come to Mama. She seems to remember your presence. Why are you still here? You said something about Cohen? I need a machinist skull implant so I can speak to the corrupted. Morozov listens to your tale with escalating incredulity and frequent interjections. Say what? Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? Once you're done, she laughs. Darling, how can I put this kindly? You're nuts. Absolutely certifiably bats in the belfry. 6 teeth short of a cogwheel over the rainbow dew-lily. You want me to misappropriate royal resources to perform a strictly regulated techno-surgical procedure on an unsanctioned stranger who ain't part of the Machinist Guild? Also, you can trace one poor missing fuck? Yes. She cackles. I love it. Listen, I must have installed these implants into hundreds of damn fool kids. And for what? Also, they can spend the rest of their lives bossing people around and suckling on the king's copper tit. I promise you I won't be doing that. Morozov ignores you as she begins gathering up books, notes, and alarming-looking medical instruments. Now listen, sweetheart, getting your brain to accept a big hunk of gears as part of itself ain't exactly a cakewalk. I need a slice of your meat that's got deep connections to all the rest. Pick a person, someone you really cherish, see? Someone that made you who you are. You're gonna forget him, and I'll stick the cranial moderator in their place. It'll be as dear to you as they were. Don't tell me about him, I don't care. Just think of him. Say your goodbyes, eh? I can forget your parents, forget your first love, forget your best friend. Forget your mentor. I have no idea who those people are. So I can't really make an informed decision. I already don't know who anyone is, so forget your parents. That's right, just like that, come to Mama. You fall into a black and timeless place. When you come to, your head feels heavier than before. Stupid thing, where'd I leave it? Well, hey now, look who's awake. How you doing, sweetheart? Did you leave a surgical instrument in my head? Better not have. Arg. Truer words were never spoken, hun. Well, seems the moderator went in nice and smooth. Congratulations, you're part machine. What can I do now that it's installed? Now you can understand the sixfold cipher language of our glorious king. Read it, write it, speak it, hear it, or shove it up your ass for all I care. All makes sense to you? Are there any drawbacks? Oh, sure. Watch out for migraine, seizures, deafness, blindness, aneurysms, nightmares, prophetic dreams, mental decline, partial or total amnesia, paranoia, delusions of being dead, religious ecstasy and or agony, out-of-body experiences, Wycliffe's idiocy, gangrene. You want to come in for a checkup every few years. Some of those metals are a little toxic. Worst of all, whenever someone has a problem with the king's magic, they'll ask you to fix it. Ugh, I should have farmed silk slugs. All makes sense? Got it. Don't mention it, darling. No, really, don't. In fact, leave my tower and don't speak to me again. Nothing personal, but I got a hot date with a cheese wheel I've been saving. Anything else we can talk about? Tell me more about yourself. Name's Morozov. I'm a cranial engineer, which means I know how to jam a bunch of clockwork into your brain without turning you into a prize cabbage. As if that weren't talent enough, I'm also one of this kingdom's most prolific dreamers. If you've ever tried to bottle a bottled vision, chances are you've sampled the fruit of this crafty old noggin. She knocks on the side of her head. So you're involved in the vision trade? Involved? I practically keep it in business. I sell a lot of visions, but I buy two. You might want to call me a carnosaur. You gotta know good art to make good art, right? Vision trade's about the only business we got left in this kingdom. And it ain't hard to see why. Folk outside the kingdom go crazy for it too. I guess however bad things get, our dreams are still worth something. What are you doing all the way out here? I saw all this coming, you know, the winter, the corruption, all of it, or close enough. It didn't take a genius to see things would get bad. It's all there in the royal output logs, not to mention right before your eyes. So I made a big noise about needing peace and quiet for my work. What can I say? Yeah, girl's a drama queen. Guild gave me this tower, and here I am in blessed isolation. At least until some galoot like you shows up. You're remarkably frank about the kingdom's problems. She grins toothily, a rare quality, ain't it? But what are they gonna do, hang me? Then who'll keep their own skulls ticking away and fix up the new recruits? The guild loves to eat its own, but all the other cranial engineers got eaten long ago. Go ahead, report me. They'll love to shoot the messenger too. What else do you want to know? Okay. You really think there's no hope? Yeah, I missed a bit of dialogue there. Accidentally skipped it. You can always hope, darling. Be my guest. Are we done, darling? I ain't got all day. Or night. What time is it again? I'll leave you to your, work. Bye. Enjoy your cheese wheel. Alright. I got a brain implant. Time to head back to cleanup camp. I suppose I should find a, Erudite Academy cartographer. I have some maps to turn in. Forgot where the one is around here. There's one around here somewhere. Okay, I stopped off at the cartographer, turned in my maps, just got a little bit of money. It didn't really reveal any more of the map. So got a little money from that, and now I'm back in the corrupted lands. Let's head back up there. See if we can understand this creature. Be kind of sad if they still have some cognitive functions left. they can still remember who they were. But, we'll see. Hiya, are you the one that, beginning... Yeah, I think this is the one that recognized the locket. Beginning at the end for want of finitude. Aporia, only the facts, if you please. Alas, Threshing Engine 3 cannot be saved. Why won't you listen? In catatonic bustle round and round. Congratulations, you've been accepted. Away, haul away. We'll haul away together into Royal Project. Horoscope. Alas, Threshing Engine 3 has suffered yearning unbefitting of its station. Excuse me. Unbefitting of its station. Bastards, useless fucking bastards. Edict. No one listens. Threshing Engine 3 has suffered yearning unbefitting of its station. Huh. Do you recognize this? It stares at the locket as if hypnotized. Limerence. Ha! The corrupted one becomes visibly agitated in its movements and speech. Edict. Stop slouching. Water trickling gently through the park. Please listen. Alas, fault and status check. Unlatch receipt. He loves you, dearie, even if he doesn't show it. They're just repeating things that they've heard, I guess, from their parents. Alas, cannot exist. Subject. CCXL 1II, CCL III. Thy petition is hereby granted. Please listen. Entreaty, we are sorry to inform. What happened to you? Denied and thrice denied. Attention all workers. This is a disaster warning. I kept meaning to write before only. Petition, soil, then hang thyself. Unlatch, receipt. Alas, in accordance with Project Horoscope, parameters. Please listen. Can you tell me your name? Dear Pa, I'm writing to tell you. Clean each crystal head thrice daily until record of fault. Help us, we are lost. And enclose this locket, which I hope shall always remind you. Please listen. All prior common names are hereby annulled and shall be as dust. Come on, we have to go. Sincerely, your loving daughter, Afra Mishkin. It's Mishkin. Chief Interpreter? Did you say Afra? As in Chief Interpreter Afra? It's not clear whether she can understand you. Attention, please evacuate immediately for your own. So we'll no more go a-roving. Please help us. Alas, cannot exist. Afra, there's no time. Unlatch receipt. Offer the locket. Here, you should be the one to have this. The creature seems confused at first. Then she takes it gingerly in both hands. Well, you've got 3 hands. Apparently entranced by it, and does not speak again. You've done what Oleg asked of you, and he'll be waiting to hear what you've found. But perhaps first you should try to learn the whole truth. What was the purpose of Project Horoscope? What role did it play in Afra Mishkin's fate? And how was she connected to other Afra that you met before? The only one who can answer these questions is the man whose name was stamped all over the horoscope files, Sunil Khan, the King's Speaker. Okay, I can't talk to them again. So, Afra, I guess, was the chief interpreter? I don't really remember her. But we'll have to go back to the guild and do some more. Or the tower, the Machinist Guild tower where the king is. Do some more investigation there. Talk to Sunil, the king's right-hand man. There is some area down here I haven't quite explored yet, so we're gonna explore the rest of that. Hi there. Their voice comes through as harsh and commanding through their helmet. Gawked enough, have you? Had your fill? If you'd any respect, you'd piss off right back to Ferropolis. Even through their helmet, you can hear the panic in their voice. I'm telling you, I knew that face. I know it's impossible, but I knew that face. Even through their helmet, yeah. I'm telling you, I knew that face. They recognize someone's face in this blobby mass. I think this is supposed to be on fire. Clearly it's not. Is there anything inside? It doesn't look like it. Getting a lot of ore. Lower quality ore that I can't really use. Need some more Emberian ore. Interesting landmark. Well, let's just jot this down. Updated my journal. Alright, we got some kind of tower there. Looks like a radio tower of some sort. Hey buddy, enjoying the view? A metallic sigh issues from within their helmet. Reality ain't what it used to be around here. No kidding. You wouldn't happen to know the password to the city? Ah! Oh God. That was close. Okay, I think that's a shortcut to the corrupted lands. From the mainland. What else we got here? Alright, let's go in the tower. Needs a key. Who are you? It's very noisy here. Alright, well, we're getting in the tower later, I guess. We don't have the key. Let's go across here to the mainland. There's still a bit here on the mainland I haven't really explored yet. Die, door. More fine ore. What do we got here? This way to Samuel's place. A note has been added crudely. Horace Metcalf stories rule. Yeah, I'm sure. Corrupted lands. Alright, we're not going to go there yet. Because I feel like a quest might take me there. So we're going to put that off. I want to go back to the King's Tower. There we go. Let's talk to this Sunil person. First of all, the chief interpreter. Are you here, chief interpreter? Where did I talk to you before? It's gotta be here. Sunil, King Speaker. Well, we'll talk to you. Speak quickly, citizen. My time is in high demand. Chief Interpreter Afra is conspiring against you. Really? Is that what I got out of that? Let's have a little chat about Project Horoscope. Sunil narrows his eyes at you. Am I meant to recognize that name? You're telling me that was some other Sunil Khan's name all over the project files? Sunil looks at you with a hint of surprise. The first time you've seen him off balance. How did you... You tell Sunil what you discovered about Oleg's daughter, Afra. When you're finished, he sighs. My, you have been inquisitive. Were your loyalties not so obviously suspect, you might even have made a good interpreter. So, what is it you might imagine you'll get from me? I just want to know the truth. The things recorded in the Library of Untruth are fictions. They never happened. We're discussing imaginary hypotheticals. Do you understand? Sure, this is all only a fairy tale. Oddly, Sunil smiles. In a certain land, in a certain kingdom, very far away from here. Yes, quite so. In a certain land there was a king with magical powers. One day the king's retainers asked if he could use his magic to transform the people into their best selves. The king agreed, but first ordered a test. The king's retainers would scour the land to find 6 people who between them embodied all its variation in character and temperament. The king would then multiply each candidate 6-fold, changing every copy in a different way. Oh, great. That's why there's more than one Afra. The original candidates would remain unchanged to see what happened when the king did nothing. And to keep the test pure, the king would make all 36 subjects forget they were ever part of it. It's an interesting experiment, a bit unethical, but I'm curious to see the results. Okay. Is that why the king wouldn't grant Oleg's daughter's wishes? There's no Oleg in this tale, but yes, the fictional king we are discussing could not allow the original 6 subjects to be magically altered in any way, lest the experiment become tainted. The 6th candidate, Afra, was wild and disobedient, showing little promise, yet it was one of their copies, the 6th, in fact, who proved wisest of all, and so the king was satisfied, and began using his magic to create many more good and faithful subjects. It was a great sorrow when the original Afra was consumed by a plague, unleashed by the king's enemies, but eventually the plague was defeated, and everyone, or almost everyone, lived happily ever after. So, there ends the fairy tale, and there ends your telling of it, if you wish for a happy ending of your own. Is this how the corruption started, with Project Horoscope? Oh, would you care to explain your logic? You gave your king the power to alter people, then people began turning into monsters. Don't you think that's a bit suspicious? Sunil examines you silently for some time. You must think you're very clever indeed. I do. Like a child who sees a house burn down and believes the wood is to blame. That the corruption is entangled with the king's powers of alteration is trivially true, and the guild has never denied it. The real question is, who or what is thwarting those powers' correct operation? But it is abundantly clear that you know nothing of the king's magic, and I have better things to do than indulge the misapprehensions of children. Let me hear your fairy tale again. Oh, yeah, that's the same thing. So we multiplied each candidate 6-fold, and that's a lot of people. So yeah, it makes sense they were all consumed by the corruption, probably. And in order to make that work, they had to alter the memory. The king had to alter the memories of these people. Otherwise, they'd be weirded out by all these extra citizens roaming around. Go on. I want to hear how the story ends. Oh yeah, we heard this. Okay. Chief Interpreter Afra is conspiring against you. Sunil fixes you with an intense gaze. Is she now? You tell Sunil about Afra's plan to reform the king. He listens intently, without visible emotion. It is good that you came to me to enact such a speculative and radical spell behind her colleagues' backs, without safeguards, and in grave defiance of the royal protocol, would endanger everything we have worked for, the entire kingdom, and the lives of everyone in it. But I'll need proof. Afra does have allies within the guild. A romantic like her would never have made it this far otherwise. Once upon a time, I would have considered myself among them. You saw something special in her, didn't you? Oh, everyone could. Her talents were not in question. Her judgment was. I fought for her when others doubted her ability to see the bigger picture. It seems that they were right and I was wrong. Go along with her little scheme, and once you have her spell, bring it to me. If nothing else, I'm curious to see what she's written. Do this, citizen, and your reward shall be great. The king provides for those who demonstrate their loyalty. Are we finished? Alright. I'll leave it to your work. Now I gotta find the chief interpreter. I don't remember where to find her. I thought she would have been in here. Oh yeah, okay, so we got this quest. Oh right, okay, sorry. Afra is the person that I met at the gazebo in the park. Yeah, she's conspiring against the king. Okay. I wonder if she knows that she's a clone. Of, Oleg's daughter. Okay, well, let's go visit Oleg. I think Oleg will be around here somewhere. You find Oleg absorbed in some kind of word puzzle. He is sober, but when he glances up, you see bags under his eyes. You again, have you come to throw in the towel? I found your daughter. Her name was Afra. Oleg stares at you for a long time without visible emotion. You're trying to scam me. You just picked that out of some book you read. She'd be 36. She worked on a farm in Istrik. She wanted to come home to Ferropolis, but the king denied her. She wanted to go to a technical school, but they sent her to a factory. Then they took away her medicine, so she got fired. She asked the king to change her body, but it refused. At one point, she got arrested for wearing the wrong clothes. I guess all of these are accurate, I think. We'll do the top one. It's the most detailed. She's 30, she'd be 36, worked on a farm, wanted to come to Ferropolis, but the king denied her. Oleg looks at the wall. He starts to reach out for a bottle, then stops. Afra, what kind of name is that? Must have been Genevieve's idea. I would have never chosen it. Well, you used the past tense, so I assume it's not good news. Tell him about Project Horoscope. I guess I'll tell him. Actually, it's complicated. You tell Oleg the whole story, from the cleanup camp to your confrontation with Sunil. At one point his hand begins shaking, so he hides them in his lap. I had suspicions, of course, that my forgetting was no accident. We all know the guild changes people, normal people, not just crooks and saboteurs. If you are observant, you see signs everywhere. Only you can never be sure who is safe to tell. That saboteur is, Asfa. Or, yeah, Asfa? Or, he shakes his head. Special project. I guess I ought to feel honored. They should have looked after her, giving her an easy job, a pension, at least a fucking medal. Well then, do you still have my locket? I left it with your daughter. It seemed like the right thing to do. See his temper start to flare and he opens his mouth to yell, but something inscrutable deserts him in the last moment, and he slowly sags back into his chair, staring at the table. Ha, sentimental crap. But, he sighs, perhaps it's fitting. Were not the queens of the ancient surface buried with their belongings? Oleg looks up at you, clearly struggling for words. The way this ended is no fault of yours. You have given me answers. I am in your debt. Remain silent. A debt like this can never be made square, but let me at least give you a down payment. Item gained, Clockwork Smuggler's Key. This key was kindly donated by a smuggler we picked up. In a polite and civil conversation, he told us that it unlocked a stolen royal freight capsule jettisoned from his ship while flying over one of those outlying islands nobody visits. The island is only reachable by air, but you can bet there's treasure in that capsule. It was going to be my retirement plan, until somehow the key vanished from our stockpile. Oh well, happens all the time. Alright. Maybe we can get there with, hire that guy with the ship to take me there, because I don't have my own flying ship. And now I must ask one more favor, not for me, but for my daughter. Take this candle to the missing persons notice board. After dark, light it, and let that be an end. Don't you want to be there when I light it? I'll find my own kind of ceremony. Some things must be done properly, that's all. Alright, well, that's the missing persons. There's the notice board. I gotta do this after dark, so let's go ahead and take a nap. Rent a room for 5 coins. So expensive. Well, that's the missing persons quest, but now Afra is still out there and we can do quests for her. Wonder if she'd like to meet Oleg. The surface of the notice board is entirely lost between layer upon layer of paper. Light a candle for Oleg's daughter. You place Oleg's candle among the others and light the wick. A soft green glow suffuses the leaves of paper, each one marking a life and a name. Think about Oleg's daughter and all her sisters and all the people for whom there will never be any candles. Then you think about the faces you saw on your way here. What have they lost that they won't themselves mourn? Whose absence do they feel without even knowing it? How many are pretending to not see the abyss for fear of being dragged in too? How many think it could never happen to them? Behind you, someone begins to sing, croaking and hesitant at first. No words, just a mournful, keening tune. Something like a elegy. Something like a howl. A prayer and a promise, a hymn for the missing. Alright, I wish I could see the fire, but... that's it. Now we can go on with the madness of the king. Do some work for Afra. So she wants me to go to this graveyard. Search the graveyard northwest of Ferropolis for a hidden message from the king. Now that's right there, very close to my house. So we're going to be doing that next time. Alright, well, made some good progress today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.